Wow!
Hey guys, welcome back to Abroad Not in Japan. And the reason I'm not in Japan is because I'm here in the Lake District. This mountain just behind me here is the tallest mountain in the UK, Scafell Pike, about 970 metres, I think. Not particularly tall, but it certainly looks beautiful. This whole region has blown my mind the last few days. I've been back in the UK, as I told you in a video last week for the New Year's video, just seeing friends, family, relaxing over Christmas. And this week I've just trying to switch off from social media, because last year was obscenely intense. It nearly did finish me off. And so this year I want to push myself harder than ever before, but also know how to take time off. Otherwise, probably won't be here next year, just because of the sheer stress I put on myself last year. So this is how I'm going to try and start this year, just by not doing anything other than standing around looking at mountains and relaxing. It's been a good start to 2019 so far. I was in an article in the Yomiuri Shimbun, Japan's biggest newspaper, and actually the biggest newspaper in the world. Not a lot of people know that, but it's got 4 times the circulation of the Wall Street Journal, I believe, because Japanese people just love newspapers. But they followed Ryota and I to a place in Yamaguchi Prefecture where we did some filming for a new video. But it basically talked about how foreigners often are drawn to destinations in Japan by the appearance of them rather than the historic value a lot of the time. For example, that shrine we visited, called the Motonosumi Shrine. Beautiful shrine, looks great, but there is no history to it. It's just been there like 5 years. But to me, it didn't really matter. It just looked beautiful and it helped accentuate the scenic beauty of that region. So that's kind of what I talked about. And a lot of Japanese people were surprised by that, because they like to go somewhere that has some sort of deep historical, cultural value. But I think to a lot of foreigners, we don't really care too much about Japanese history. We just go because it's stunning and it's beautiful. Could be wrong there, don't know. But anyway, that's my thoughts on that, and that's what the article was about. But I've been trying to think about what I can do and how I can improve Patreon this year. And one thing I want to do is more behind the scenes and more vlogs for you guys as well, more weekly vlogs. Now, one of the things that takes me the longest amount of time to do is think about what I'm going to say or what the topic's going to be about when I do a vlog. But maybe you can help me cut the corners on that one, or help me get around it by giving me ideas of things you'd like me to talk about. One idea I had was answering questions sent in by you guys every week. Just one question that I can talk about at length or answer for 5 or 10 minutes. Maybe it's something about Japan, maybe it's something about YouTube, maybe it's something about Natsuki. It can even be a question about the Lake District, now that I am an expert because I've been here for 3 days. What I do know is this view is actually ranked as the best view in the UK, well, a few years ago. That's called Wasdale Head. If you ever want to come here, Wasdale Head, whack that into your GPS and you'll end up here, and it's fucking brilliant, honestly. I'd written off the scenery of the UK. Having lived here for 20-something years, I'd kind of just assumed that the UK didn't have scenery like this, especially living in the south where all we have is one hill. But we do have mountains in the UK, and they are bloody brilliant, so there you go. So if you can't make it to Japan and you live in Europe, this could be your next holiday instead. I won't lie, there is a reason I'm just standing here randomly on the side of this lake. About 10 minutes ago, a jet fighter randomly flew over, and it looked incredible. It was flying really low as well. It was hugging the mountains. I think there's an airbase not too far from here, so they train here. So I'm just kind of waiting and hoping it'll happen again. Like that video I did with Charlotte, where there was a jet fighter flying over us in Fukui. Feels like some crazy shit's about to go down. Oh my god, there's a fighter jet. That's awesome. Anyway, I'm going to get back to looking out for a jet fighter. I hope you've had a good start to 2019 so far, and do send in your questions below and I will pick the first one to answer in next week's Patreon vlog. But for now guys, have a good one and I'll see you very soon. Bye!
Wow!